In May of 2015, an oil pipeline just north of Santa Barbara, California ruptured and spilled 100,000 gallons of thick oil along a 10-mile stretch of coast. Some of the affected marine mammals and birds died, but many others were recovered and rehabilitated. The Oiled Wildlife Care Network's job is to snap into action when oil spills happen to clean and rehabilitate the affected animals. But little is known about how these animals fare after the oil is washed away and they are returned to the wild. How many of them die? How many return to breeding colonies? How does the spill have lasting effects on these animals? The Refugio Oil Spill presents a unique opportunity to answer some of these valuable questions. The OWCN and its collaborators have attached GPS tracking devices to 12 brown pelicans that were oiled, rehabilitated, and returned to the wild. These tracking devices log 12 locations per day during the daylight hours, and they are solar powered, so the batteries are charged daily by the sun. Each device weighs 65 grams and has an angled front that allows pelicans to dive for fish with little resistance. The devices are worn like a backpack that's attached with Teflon ribbon around the bird's body, and there is a neoprene material that serves as padding between the body and the tracker. Pelicans feed on schooling fish near shore. They fly up and down the coast and spend parts of the year in breeding colonies. The breeding range is from the Channel Islands down to Mexico. The pelicans will be tracked for about 2 years. In addition to the 12 oiled and rehabilitated pelicans, 8 additional pelicans that were not affected by the oil spill are being tracked as well, so that researchers have a control group for comparison. Some critics of rehabilitation argue that the animals are just going to die and that the money could be spent better elsewhere. Studies like this one can paint a more scientifically accurate picture of how these animals go on to survive and reproduce after rehabilitation from an oiling event. Results from this study will also serve as a learning opportunity to help the OWCN refine capture and care protocols. The project is a collaboration between the OWCN, the California Department of Fish and Wildlife, Office of Spill Prevention and Response, the U.S. Geological Survey, Clemson University, Humboldt State University, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and International Bird Rescue.